Howdy, my name is Astronma, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, or if you're new here, welcome. So, been a hot minute since I last posted. For some reason I do have the community tab, which, cool. And I did post an update saying, I was going to be taking a break from drawing and making speed paints to let my wrist heal, which, January I kinda hurt my wrist twice in that 1 month. But I'll get to that later. This is going to be a more chill video. Draw with me if you will. So grab your sketchbook, a pen, pencil, or your drawing tablet, and want you to draw with me for a little while? I've had this backup footage for a little bit now. So the background footage, it's just a redraw of a drawing I did back in 2020, or was it 2021? Nah, I don't remember. It was inspired by the bad ending of Kingdom Hearts 3's DLC when you fight Yozora, which I guess this would technically count as a spoiler. This video is going to be very much unscripted. You know, it's going to be kind of like a podcast in a way. So, yeah. Things have been pretty crazy in my life lately. On top of having to deal with wrist pain, which I'm no longer dealing with now that I'm taking steps to repairing my relationship with art, which is good. I was in deep denial for a good while. Deep denial for a good while. That rhymed. And two of my great online friends, who I will not be naming for their privacy, they finally managed to get through to me, like, hey, if you keep this up, you're gonna end up self-destructing, and you're gonna get carpal tunnel, and you better enjoy the use of your wrist while you can. And so I thought about it, and I was like, shoot, they're right. So I really, really thought about it, and they were right. And so I DM'd both of them, and was like, hey, I really appreciate what you said to me. I really, really needed to hear what you two needed to say, and I will do everything I can to make up for this, and also make sure I better myself, and not make art a self-destructive thing, which, unfortunately, ever since 2018, it kind of has been, which, to be honest, it was not fun. But, hey, we all have rough patches now and then. So, after I was like, alright, I will do my best to make sure I won't destroy my wrist again. Last week of January to early February, we got iced in. So staying at the apartment where I go to college, that wasn't fun. And it definitely caused the wrist pain to flare up, even though I didn't do anything. Thankfully I got some books when I went to the downtown area, so I wasn't too bored, though I definitely needed to make a grocery run the week after. You know how life is. Speaking of February, well, some family stuff happened, and by family I mean, things were chaotic, and then my cat, she passed away suddenly, which is also why I haven't really been posting often, or posted at all, rather. It was a kind of devastating loss for us, but it's been about a month now. Still hurts a little bit, but hey, one step at a time, you know? So, oh, sorry, that was my phone. I'm just gonna do minimal editing for this. Maybe not edit this at all. Save for the sped up footage I'm using. Yeah, this is what I get for trying to do a chill video. What else is new? Oh yeah, in the footage you'll see that I'm drawing tears differently. Actually, I don't think I've ever posted anything that showed tears, I think. I don't remember. But I was watching an old Pantsless Pajamas video, and I think it was the one about her worst first crush, and she had drawn, there was a very specific frame where she had drawn a tear with a broken heart shape. I was like, I want to incorporate that into my style. And so I did. So what the tears that you're seeing is what I used to portray sadness. So yeah, I do the unbroken heart, or I guess just a regular heart, for happiness, ghost for fear or anxiety, X's for disgust, or something like that. And I have some funny ones too, like peppers for, spicy stuff. Some people do tear up when they eat spicy foods, which, like, totally valid response. And a flower and a tree to represent allergies. So, yeah. I mean, let's be real. Anyone who's dealt with allergies knows the eye-watering feeling that allergies love to bring about. And one more fun thing are, well, crocodile-shaped tears, because, crocodile tears. I am not funny. Oh my god. Alright. Looks like I'm getting into the line art of this piece, which I did a deep purple instead of a pure black, which, never hurts to do different colored line art. Oh yeah, a little tip for people who have Clip Studio Paint and want colored line art. I would recommend, finishing your piece first before going for the line art. But then what you can do is, before you merge all the layers, if you do that, Lord knows I do, what you can do is make a layer on top of your line art layer, and then use the clipping mask, which if you use Clip Studio Paint, it'll be by the little lighthouse. The clipping mask symbol will be by the little lighthouse. Click or tap that, and you can draw over the lines. You can make as many clipping masks, clipping mask layers as you want. It's a little tip for y'all. And holy crap, I struggled with doing the line art for the face. I'm not very good with side views. Anyone who struggled with that, I'm with y'all. And for those of you who've mastered that, how? One thing I have noticed in the redraw, now that I'm looking back at the footage, is that I made Sora's hair extra fluffy. And I usually draw characters with fluffy hair, even if their hair is straight and not put up in a ponytail or styled or anything. But it's just fluffy hair, man. It's just floofy, and I love it. Much like the Studio Ghibli tears. Ghibli. I'm gonna go with Ghibli. Fluffy hair is the best. I cannot draw characters with not fluffy hair. I have to make the hair a little bit fluffy. Oh yeah, I remember why I made this piece. So the university I go to, it had applications for this Artmore thing. Actually, the application is still going on now. Tomorrow's the deadline. I already submitted the application once I got all the pieces I wanted to submit. I'm gonna hold off on making prints and a business card until I know for certain if I get accepted or not, which, worst they can say is no. It's still gonna sting, but it is what it is, Yeah. I also applied to Target recently. I didn't get the job, but it is good to hear that I would be a perfect fit for a future role. So, it's not all bad. I can actually take that. I'm still trying to escape my current job. Don't get me wrong, it does pay well when you do have the hours. It's just lately it's been way too chaotic for my liking, and it's been causing me some mental health issues, which is not fun. But hey, I am getting better. Yeah. Yeah. And now we're getting to the coloring phase. God, coloring is my favorite part of the drawing process. Sketching takes a while, depending on the line art. It usually takes me about 45 minutes to an hour. It also depends on the complexity of the piece. Oh, wait, oh right. I was talking about the art. Wait, no. Right. Maybe I should partially script this. But consider this a little treat for y'all, for a little podcast type Draw With Me. Speaking of Draw With Me's, I've always wanted to make one of these. Like, I always found Draw With Me's to be, I don't know, inspiring? To just draw along. I feel like this was partially because of the pandemic. That's why I went through a phase of watching Draw With Me's and sometimes drawing along. And hell, sometimes I draw along to draw fee videos. Which, can I just say, draw fee is amazing. I love how long their videos are, and it just feels so natural just hearing them talk. You know? Like, the chemistry between them, it's great. Maybe one day I'll do something like that with friends. I mean, if they're up to it, of course. Yeah. And here I am just cleaning up certain areas before I get to the rendering. My rendering has changed a little bit, but that's probably because I've been working on Dragons of Light for a while. I mean, it feels so good to just go back to my illustration style. But my shading style has definitely changed since I finished chapter 4, which I did post on Amino, the Kingdom Hearts Amino, and my Discord server. But I'm not going to share the links to those, well, the link to my Discord server yet, because I need to talk with my other admin friend. But, yeah. Pinks and purples, man. Sorry, I'm just looking at the footage again. It's... God, I can't believe that it's been... Shoot, almost 2 weeks since I made this? I mean, I have another a recording of a drawing I did, which I'll probably post next week if I'm not too exhausted from work, which unfortunately I am scheduled for this Saturday, or this upcoming Saturday rather. So well, to be fair, I did ask for the Monday after spring break off too. So of course I'm gonna have to make up the hours to get to the 20 hours needed, which is partially why I had so much trouble with getting the schedule to be somewhat consistent. It's because I have a work study I can't go over 20 hours, and I've had to constantly be like, hey, I can't go over 20 hours. Can you please fix this? I am polite about it, but the stress is a little too much for me. I am looking into ways of dealing with stress properly. I get stressed out very easily, so I'm not surprised that I would have a bad reaction to stress. And anyone else who gets stressed out easily knows the struggle. I'm laughing because it hurts. So how have y'all been? Has life been nice to y'all since 2023 started? I hope it has been. If not, I hope it gets better for you guys. Because we are in March now. We have 9 more months to go. Did y'all fulfill any New Year's resolutions? Because I sure as hell didn't. Well, for the most part. Because I've been busy with school and work and with all this life stuff that's been stressing me out to no end. It definitely put things on hold for a while. I stopped journaling. I have been exercising a little bit, but it's not yoga. But nah, I'm actually gonna hold myself accountable there, because I specified yoga because I thought that would be easy for me. Going to the gym at my apartment complex is easier. Haven't been exactly eating the healthiest because of stress. Stress eating, that I need to put a kibosh on that. What does kibosh mean? I'll look it up later. I'm so sorry if I sound tired. I am. But thankfully, now that I've been resting for spring break, I have come to accept that, sometimes not doing something too extravagant over the break, it's just as okay as doing something extravagant during spring break. Because sometimes doing nothing is the best thing you can do for your mind and body. Like, give yourself a chance to relax, like, embrace the nothingness. Because I know, definitely in this society, especially here in America, it's always the whole hustle culture thing, like, oh, you gotta have a bunch of jobs, and you don't need to rest and all that, which I think is bullcrap. Because, like, we all have our limits, and we definitely need to eat, sleep, do our business, and enjoy the things we love, and look out for our mental health. After all, not everyone can advocate for you. Sometimes you have to advocate for yourself, and there are people who are not going to like that. And to that, I say to those people, goodbye. But I know there are situations where you can't exactly leave that situation until later on, which sucks, in all honesty. And to those people, I say, just hang in there. I believe in you. But this whole hustle culture thing, it's not healthy. Economy, am I right? Let's avoid getting into politics, because that's a whole storm in of itself. Oh god, I really need to script this. But yeah. So have y'all made any new drawings lately? Because I sure have. Lately I've been working on a little mini comic based on a roleplay I'm currently doing in the roleplay server I'm in. And it's an angsty one, that's for sure. Because a character that we all liked got killed off, and it was planned by the owner of the character and the owner of the admin of the roleplay server. It was planned, and I feel like something will happen and the character will come back, but not in the same way. But we were all devastated. This is what happens when you get attached to fictional characters. You end up crying for 5 hours straight and making an angst comic, or however the fluff you cope. Fuck it, I'm not gonna swear too much, but holy shit, man. This isn't the first time we were all devastated by a character death. But, still rough, But, I do know that the character that I control, his name is Horace. He's a phoenix person. He can shapeshift into a phoenix. He does have trust issues, but he was starting to open up to this character. So I do know that he's not going to be able to take the whole grieving process well. So that's going to be interesting for him for a good while, especially as the roleplay goes on. Yeah. We are doing a Nier Automata event, which has been really fun. It is interesting to draw Horace as a human, since human disguises were needed in the event. But, I think it is fun, but I do miss drawing, like, the feather ears and all of that. But I will say I do not enjoy drawing all the scars Horace has. Oh boy. And he was a little too detailed for my liking. But hey, with his new design, I think I solved that problem. And I made the emo design before the character death, so I was just gonna be like, haha, Horace emo phase. But now that the character died, or that he was getting close to died, it was like, well, morning time. Sorry if you heard that clink earlier, that was me messing with a pen. And I didn't realize, or I didn't know that the character would die. None of us knew except for the owner of the character and the admins that the specific character died. And he had a blue color scheme, and I decided to heed a friend's advice and go for blue for Horace's new color scheme. And now there's some unintentional symbolism. I mean, hey, if it works, it works. Because colors do have meaning to them in a design. If that's what you want. Like, colors do have various meanings afterwards. Like, purple is often associated with royalty, which makes sense considering how rare purple dye was way back then. Blue could mean many things. It's most associated with sadness. Red for anger, passion, love. You know, all that fun stuff. I do enjoy the idea of colors having meaning, but at the same time, I'm just someone who tends to just puke rainbows onto their artworks. But it somehow works in my favor. I do enjoy making more colorful pieces. Like, I do not do well with monochrome pieces, or even using screen tones, as much as those are fun to mess with, which for the comic I am working on, for this roleplay server, I am using screen tones, and while it is efficient, that would mean I have come close to falling into the trap of working on multiple pages in one day, even though I am trying to repair my relationship with art. I am taking frequent breaks, though. I am playing Kingdom Hearts 3 again currently. Get some more notes for how I want Dragons of Light to go down and all that fun stuff. Oh yeah, speaking of Dragons of Light, I did say that I probably wasn't going to start working on Chapter 5 until maybe after spring break, maybe earlier if I do bounce back sooner than I expected. Like, I'm still gonna take my time, but just I am starting to feel better. The letters to Minion, they do help, which if you have lost a pet, I do recommend writing letters to them. It's gonna hurt for a little while, but I think it does help you through the grieving process. I know it helped me. Well, it may not help you, but hey, we're all different, so, you know, just do what works best for you, my friends. Okay, we see back to the background footage. You can see I'm messing with how I'm doing the eyes. Didn't like that whole circle thing. Oh, well, no, I kept it. Okay, cool. If you see random jumps in the times, it's because I took breaks and went to my grandparents' house that day. So, that's how speed paints are gonna be like for a good while. And, yeah. I'm gonna shut up for a minute, let y'all enjoy the speed paint for a bit. Alright, anyways. Okay, I don't know what the heck I was doing there. Wait, I was trying to, like, do something different with the line art. Even though I wasn't done with the piece. Which, Astro, why? Like, you could have saved that for, whoops. Wait, yep, there's that jump in the time I was talking about. Which, if you guys are gonna do speed paints, I do recommend taking breaks unless you work fast. But other than that, just do what you feel like is right for your speed paint. But yeah, this video is a little bit on the longer side, which is weird for me. But yeah, I hope to do longer videos and maybe get into the groove of that, because I will be posting weekly or bi-weekly again soon. So, yeah. And with that being said, thank you guys so much for being here with me today. I'm sorry that I haven't been posting lately due to life stuff. And if you like this video and want to see more Draw With Me's where I just ramble on and on about, or hell, maybe if you want me to talk about certain topics, feel free to let me know in the comments. Oh god, this is awkward. I'm sorry. But anyways, if you enjoyed this video, feel free to like, and if you want to see more from me, subscribe. And with that said, I hope you guys have a wonderful day/evening, or whatever time you're in. And with that, I will see you all later. See ya!